Hey friends, Natalie Snyders here, and today I'd like to share with you 5 different things that I do to help myself get ready for a great school year. Now sometimes I do this at the end of the current school year if I know my caseload and if I have time. If not, these are things that I like to do right before the school year starts to set me off for success.
So these are the materials I use. I usually start with a 2-inch binder just because I tend to get a lot of papers. I am in one school building. If you are in different ones, you might want to have different binders or for the different schools or the different days, depending. I also get some binder dividers, and I make copies of my attendance form that I use all year. So what I do is I've got my binder, and I put in the different tabs. My building is K to 6, so I make one for each grade level. When I was at different schools, I would do this like for my Tuesday, Thursday schools or whichever, just whatever makes sense for you. And then as I'm entering for each one, so I am going to fill out an attendance form for each kid. I've already, as you can see, I've crossed out all the holidays and everything. And what I'll do along the side here is I will put a sticky tab so I can find each student. And I just arbitrarily chose one color for girls, one color for boys. And I'll do this in alphabetical order so I can quickly flip to, okay, here's my second graders. And I'm looking for the kid that starts with B or something. It'll be in alphabetical order. So what I do is I keep these attendance sheets, and then when I'm ready, I will put their IEP goal pages in here, as well as any progress monitoring or any other record forms that I need, so I can quickly find them out of class, which makes this very easy and organized and ready to go at the beginning of the year.
Something else I like to do as I'm starting to look through my student files, either at the end of the year or the beginning of the year, whenever I get access, I do try to kind of keep a running list of goal areas that I might not have a ton of materials for, so I know what I'm going to look for on Teachers Pay Teachers, online, through the different catalogs. This is something that is really handy, and just to keep like one post-it note with things you might need materials for. Something else I do when I'm setting up for the beginning of the school year is I have reward charts back here on my cabinet, but deciding what kind of reward system I want to use. For me, I've used reward charts like that for a long time, whatever works for you, but I go ahead and I print new charts and I put the kids' names on them if I know. If not, I just put up a bunch. And for me, they get 1 star or mark on their chart for coming, 1 for working hard, and then another if they happen to bring back any homework that I've assigned. And then if they fill up a whole row, they get to pick out of my treasure box. So that's something easy that I like to set up before the school year begins.
Another thing I do to get ready for the school year is to go ahead and write my introduction letter to parents. This is for new parents who haven't worked with me before or continuing parents. This is a free download, and it opens in PowerPoint, and then I just kind of adjust the information as needed. This is the one I wrote last year. It's just a little bit about me. There's a picture in case they happen to come to school and they see me in the hallway. That's who I am. And I'll tell them the times that I'll see their kids, and I also always include a reminder for when their IEP meeting is scheduled because I want them to know when I'm going to be calling. So that is really handy to just prep over the summer. You don't even have to know your caseload very well to do this and get it ready. Something else I do is make copies of these sheets, and I'll be ready to go for the beginning of the school year. I always do this with all my students. We talk about what their goals are and why this is important, and I always have them draw a picture of themselves. So this is something that I can also do to get prepared for the next school year.